Chaga mushroom powder is very trendy right now, and so are fancy coffees. Today, I am joined by Amanda Vickery, and we are going to combine those two things, mushroom powder and trendy coffee. So thank you for joining me.
Of course.
All right, I know I kind of said to you, I have this coffee recipe. Let's try it on the air. So do you know what to expect? Have you ever had mushroom powder?
No, I've had mushroom coffee. But
Okay.
I have never had mushroom powder in general.
All right, so it's mushroom extract powder, and like you said, there is mushroom coffee, but this is just the pure mushroom extract, and it's a dietary supplement that is super trendy right now. I use it when I bake instead of cocoa. So the recipe that we're gonna do today is a turmeric cocoa powder recipe for coffee, but instead of cocoa powder, I am using this Chaga mushroom powder supplement, because to me, it's the same thing. I don't know for everybody else. So it calls for a teaspoon of cocoa. So I'm gonna put a teaspoon of cocoa in my taller one, and we're gonna start with that. If you would like a teaspoon in yours.
Yeah. So what's like your go-to coffee? What do you normally get when you grab coffee?
When I grab coffee, it's one of two things. It's either a nitro cold brew, so jet fuel coffee, as I like to say, or it's just straight up black coffee or straight up espresso.
Okay.
What about you?
It's like similar, not the nitro, but I do love a cold brew or just plain black coffee. That's so funny. I never knew that.
Well, and it's funny because that's, I think, why we're doing chilled, because you can do this as a warm recipe as well, and especially in the fall, because turmeric is the next thing we're going to add. It's a very warm, sort of spicy type of coffee, but for the spring and as we head into summer, it's perfect this way. So I'm going to put in a half a teaspoon of turmeric, which I know seems like a lot, but I like it. If you can put less if you don't want to put as much, but I like to definitely taste the turmeric. And then the last ingredient in this is a pinch of white pepper. Have you had white pepper before?
I've never had white pepper.
Okay, so white pepper, it's very, very strong, and it does have a little bit of a warm spice to it. So I just wash my hands. I do like one little pinch, because originally this recipe called for like a half a teaspoon, and to me it just choked of the pepper. So there's a little bit of the pepper flavor. And then you can, if you want to, if you are a milk person, you can add the milk of your choosing. I have oat milk if you want to add oat milk. I usually for this one do add a little bit of oat milk, not too much. Yeah. And then I am not a fan of ice cubes in coffee, even in cold brew, because I feel like it waters it down. So what I do is I actually freeze coffee. So I'll make a pot of coffee, and then after it cools, I'll freeze it into ice so that my ice doesn't water down my coffee.
This is like next level.
I told you, fancy coffees are all the rage.
Yeah. And I feel like you can do cold coffee any time of day, but also maybe more suited for the afternoon.
Right, exactly. All right, so let's try this. Cheers. You have to tell me if you like this. This is one of my favorites.
It smells interesting.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, that's surprisingly good. I didn't think I was going to like it.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised you like it too, because I know you're a little bit pickier than I am.
Yeah.
It's very turmeric-y, right?
It does feel like fall, though. It does feel like a fall, but since we're doing the cold brew, it could be spring.
Yes, yes, exactly. It's like I don't want to just drink this in the fall, so now I've made it into iced.
It's very good.
Very good. Okay, and then I poured us each another little cup, because this is something that I read about online. I have not tried either, so we're going to try this together.
Okay.
But I've had cardamom tea, and somebody that I worked with, well, actually Tim, my husband, worked with in London, gave him cardamom biscuits. So the cookies were infused with cardamom. And I read that you can put cardamom in coffee.
Okay.
To give it different flavors. I know it's used in brambles and things like that. And I got really into putting cinnamon in coffee. So I thought today we could try putting cardamom in. You said you've never had it. Smell it. It's like kind of got a sweet
I've never had it. Actually, I've never heard of it. That might say a lot about me, but I've never heard of it, so I think it'll be really interesting to try.
I think it just means you've never cooked with anything with cardamom. What does it smell like to you?
It smells like plants.
Okay. Well, and some people say that they actually grind cardamom seeds into their coffee beans, but I'm going to do it the easy way and just put some. I really like cardamom, so I'm going to put a lot in mine. You can put however much
I might
you
put a
want in
little
yours.
less than you.
Okay. Especially if you think it smells like plant.
But
To me,
well,
it smells
I like
sweet.
plants, but I don't know that I'd eat
You
them.
don't know that you would drink plants.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to cheers again. You
Okay.
can put an ice cube in if you want. We have more ice.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers. It's very earthy.
Yes. That's a good word for it.
Yeah.
I really like it. I can't tell if you like it. Is that an
can't tell
Amanda
either.
likes it face?
No, I just haven't decided.
Take another sip. See what happens.
I'm not sure that it's something I would drink every day.
Right.
But definitely like a fun, if you had a tea party especially, this would be really good in tea.
Yes.
And then you could have a bunch of different kinds.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And you could try different. I feel like you have these little cups too. I almost feel like you could do little coffee tastings and put all different spices in and see sort of like what's your taste.
Yeah, that would be so fun.
Well, thank you for being adventurous and
of
trying out my
course.
crazy coffee ideas.
I love it.
If you want more information or you want to make this at home, you can visit us on the web at ciLiving.tv after the show.